Hello there. I am Brian Walsh with Allegra, here interviewing Russ Raskin from Guaranteed Rate, who is a member of our LaTip group. Russ, why don't you just give us a little bit about you and Guaranteed Rate?
Russ Raskin here. I'm with Guaranteed Rate out of the West Loop office. Guaranteed Rate, currently number one mortgage lending company in Illinois. Trying to get to the number one spot for nationwide. We are definitely a nationwide company doing amazing business and rapidly growing. That's for sure.
It sounds like it. If you're number one in Illinois, that's a pretty huge accomplishment.
Yeah, we are.
So what you talked about today for us, which I thought was really interesting, was there's always been the perception out there for people that it's cheaper to rent than buy, but apparently that's different now as we head into the new year here.
Absolutely. There was a recent study done on about 915 counties out of the country where it showed a significantly, better opportunity to buy and less expensive to be a homeowner than rent to have a rental unit.
Yeah, and I think the statistic that jumped out at me was that study showed that was the case for over 63% of the people, which is huge.
Yeah, I think the biggest misconception amongst the people that are renting is that they cannot afford to buy. They believe that their rent is going to be cheaper and more affordable for them. But as you mentioned, in 63% of the case study, it was more affordable and less expensive to be a homeowner than to rent.
Right. And then you're also building equity with rent. It's throwing money in a hole.
Absolutely. People don't realize that home ownership is just a big piggy bank for when you're, ready to retire, and you are paying down and paying off and putting into a jar for yourself. Absolutely.
Right. What's the reason? Like why now?
What's the reason as far as why is it less expensive? The rates have gotten to an extreme low, to about a 40-year low, and it's become an extremely affordable situation. So the government, obviously it's beneficial for our country to have homeowners, and our government is assisting with that. So they are making it more affordable. The rates are definitely making it, giving us the opportunity to put people in homes and in a lot of cases save them money from coming out of rentals.
Yeah, I mean that's the stereotypical win-win scenario.
Absolutely, it's a big push. These rates are driving the market. This is the driving force. There's not a lot of inventory on the market, so for those of you that are interested in selling your home, definitely an amazing time to sell your home. Also, if you're in a tough situation financially and you need to sell your home, this is definitely an opportunity to jump out of your home, because you got buyers that who normally would not afford to buy homes, but these rates are now able to afford to buy homes.
Right.
Also, the loan conforming limits have gone up a little bit because of the home prices increasing. So you are now able to spend a little bit more money for those that didn't qualify for certain type of loans that were out of their reach. They restructured a little bit on the loan limits. Now you can afford those. You can get into those a little bit easier. But yeah, the country's goals hopefully is to have as many homeowners as possible.
Right. And I know that you had said that the rents increases are outpacing wages. Did I get that right?
Correct. What you're doing when you're paying for rent, you're obviously covering somebody's mortgage, somebody's finances, and that, most rents increase year after year. Most landlords will increase your rent. Your mortgage stays the same. Your taxes fluctuate a little bit. Your mortgage stays the same for the most part, but unless you restructure it. But yeah, it's becoming to where the rent is outpacing the wages, especially in the more expensive parts of the country, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles. It's in a lot of cases because of low interest rates, you're able to afford to buy a home. The rental is in some cases out of reach because the owner to the rental needs to cover his cost, and they're
Right.
increasing.
Mhm. So what would somebody like, what would be, is there a tipping point? Like if you're paying X, then it makes more sense in rent?
I mean, it's something where the smartest thing to do is jump on the phone with a mortgage lender and structure a loan, see what it is, see where that payment is. A lot of times, people are able to afford way more than what you think. You know, some people look at a $200,000-300,000 home and they think it's way out of their league until you sit down and actually structure a loan and see, hey, that's what I'm paying in rent, or that's less than what I'm paying in rent.
So what would be like kind of a typical scenario? Have you seen any that like,
Honestly,
you know,
if your rent is $1,000 to $1,500, you might as well look at a mortgage. You know, you can get a decent home for that price range. Keeping it under $2,000 with taxes is reasonable. It's there. Keeping it under $1,500 with taxes is also available So anybody that's paying into a rental of $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, jump on with the mortgage lender. See what it'll cost you to own. It's much more affordable these days. And as I said, even though the home prices are increasing, they're not increasing that drastically. And, the rates are keeping it very, very affordable. That's for sure.
right. And since he's being too humble, jump on a phone with a mortgage lender means this phone number right here.
Yes.
That guy, Russ. Jump on the phone with Russ. And he'll check out what you're paying and what you could get into. And then I know pre-qualification probably is a good idea because everybody who in such a hot market with such low inventory, everyone wants to close quick, right?
Yeah, people want to see quick closing. As far as the pre-qualifications go, if you're going to jump on the phone with me, if you already own a home and you want to refinance, we'll go through your loans and put out some scenarios and see how much what the savings are, if it's worth it, if there's actually a tangible benefit for you. If you are looking to be a first-time homeowner or looking for a new home, yes, the pre-approval process is very easy. It's extremely streamlined, digital. Everything is online, and it takes just a few minutes to get everything done. The application will take you literally 10 minutes. You can reach me at the phone number provided below. My email address is accessible. My phone does not turn off. My business is 7 days a week. 9-10 p.m. I am taking calls. Some people have that schedule where they're not available till much later in the evening, and I understand that. So,
yeah, the real estate and restaurant markets, it's like you're working all kinds of crazy hours.
There are no hours. Right.
All right. So, anything else you wanted to let people know? Anything that you see coming down the pipeline, or?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you currently are a mortgage holder, your rate is over 3%. Jump on the phone with me. Let me see what we have going on. The rates right now are under 3%.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous. In some cases, the 10 and 15-year mortgage notes are closer to the 2% range than the 3% range. They're low. They're very low. And it's worth just jumping on, seeing what the savings are. I can do comparison loans for anybody. It takes 10 minutes just to see what you can save. The amount of money that you save is tremendous. Just an example, on a $100,000 loan, for those of us that have a mortgage balance of $100,000, the savings between a rate of 3.5% to 2.3%, going from a 30-year mortgage to a 15 is in the $40,000 range. And that's just a quick scenario. Right. That's on $100,000. Of course.
And a lot of people are more in the 5 to 7% range. So that savings could be tripled.
Tremendous. Remember, these rates are annual rates. So yeah, it's a big savings that people are seeing. It's worth, if you have a balance on your house and it's in the 100 to plus range, it's worth running numbers, readjusting and putting yourself in a better financial situation. These rates are here. They're not going to stay here forever. Obviously, take advantage of them while they're here.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. A little bit about LATIP. I'm in a networking group with Russ. We meet every Tuesday morning, currently via Zoom. So if you are interested in joining one of our LATIP meetings, reach out to Russ. Again, we do meet every Tuesday morning, and it's at bright and early 7 a.m. We've already had our meeting now. It's 8:40. We're already done and ready to jump into the day, having just met with a bunch of business owners who are trying to help each other grow. So, any final words, Russ?
It's an absolute pleasure. The TIP's an amazing group. Hopefully, I get to talk to some of you that are seeing this conversation, and looking forward to it. Please, if I can be of any help, my phone number, as I mentioned, does not turn off. Russ
Cool.
Raskin at Guaranteed Rate.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.